Good evening, Niner fans. As you know, it's been a very, very busy day for the San Francisco 49ers. They went and grabbed a lot of signings to help fill out a lot of these holes on the roster. They got a lot of depth players and some quality veterans to the roster. Again, busy day. 49ers started early after the restructures. They went and re signed Jon Feliciano, according to Peter Schrager, way earlier in the morning. And you know what? This is a solid veteran. This guy's very versatile. He could play anywhere on the line. He started a little bit. He rotated with Spencer Burford. On his Instagram post today, he says he's ready to run it back for one last ride. So it could be the last year of Feliciano. He's coming back with the Dogs and the Niners in the trenches. Again, a very solid player that was a quality veteran. He could play pretty much anywhere on Kyle Shanahan's, line in this zone blocking scheme. He was one of the better zone blockers in the league. He was the fourth graded run blocker according to PFF among all guards last year in the NFL. He was very solid in the zone blocking scheme. He was the one of the highest graded actually in terms of zone blocking. So he was a very, very good player. I know there was a lot of beef he had at the end of the season, his Twitter, and people were, upset with his comments. But John Lynch, he said it was a goal of the 49ers to bring him back, and he wanted to come back also. It was mutual, and the 49ers did that. And you know what? John Lynch said that all that, Twitter stuff, he apologized for it. He manned up to it. It's all water under the bridge. And now 49ers have a quality veteran that could start if they need to. I really like Feliciano. He was a solid player on the offensive line. If they go draft some younger guys, he'll be a good mentor for them. So, very good move. Another guy that the 49ers brought back on a 1 year deal, and another veteran, a hero of sort of the playoffs, was Chris Conley, veteran wide receiver. They brought him back on a 1 year deal. You may remember in the playoffs, he made some clutch catches against Green Bay. In the Super Bowl, he was a very, very nice, quiet, underrated, unheralded player in the playoffs. So the 49ers brought back Chris Conley on a 1 year deal. And after that, they went and grabbed another linebacker to this roster, kind of making up for Eric Kendricks. They signed former Packers linebacker Devondre Campbell to a 1 year deal. This was according to Ian Rappaport. This guy was a former All Pro in 2021. And the other day, they got rope a dope by Eric Kendricks. They needed a linebacker. Levante David, Devin White, they all signed elsewhere. People were like, oh man, the Niners need to get a linebacker. Eric Kendricks, duped them, and they went and grabbed this star player, former star. He was kind of a star in this league. Devondre Campbell, again, 2021 All Pro season. His coverage was a little lacking last year, but he's good. Doesn't have to be a quality starter. He can come in and start if he needs to. Dre Greenlaw is definitely going to be expected to maybe miss some time. So you get a guy like Devondre Campbell who could come in and start. If you don't need him to start, he can play and take pressure off of Dre Greenlaw. So definitely a very, very solid player for the 49ers. And again, I think he's better than Eric Kendricks, who, duped the 49ers a couple days ago. So, very good guy. The 49ers have two really good young rookie, they were rookie linebackers last year, D. Winters and Jalen Graham, coming into their second year. So, this guy could help mentor. He can play next to Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw and start if he needs to. Again, you don't want to put too much pressure on Dre Greenlaw. So, again, Devondre Campbell, 1 year deal, very, very good player, and he was a former All Pro. After that, the 49ers signed another player, a defensive back and special teamer, Chase Lucas. He's played recently on the Lions. You may remember him from the scuffle after the game in the NFC Championship. Him and Diamond Lenore kind of got into it. But hey, this guy is a scrappy, scrappy player. He could be the special teams gunner. He had 296 special team snaps for Detroit last season. So he may not be a starter, but he's going to go in there and possibly help the special teams unit. And last year, the special teams unit was really lacking. So I think the 49ers are trying to bolster every aspect of this team. So people might say, oh, Chase Lucas isn't that great of a player. He's a good special teamer, and you need special team players to be good, just like you need your defense to be good, just like you need your offense to be good. So again, the 49ers signed Chase Lucas. He's a special team ace, most likely going to be a gunner, very athletic type guy who can fly around. I think this guy will definitely be in the mix to be a special teams player. You never know; they might draft someone that's better than him. But hey, for now, Chase Lucas, let's keep an eye on this guy to be a special teams ace. And after Chase Lucas, the 49ers got another cornerback. And this guy actually could become a starter, most likely at the nickel corner spot. So the 49ers grabbed former Saints defensive back slash cornerback Isaac Yiadom. He's 6'1", big time wingspan. He's coming off a pretty good season in coverage, actually. He had 14 PBUs last year. He was had an 80.4 coverage game in 319 snaps, 80.4 coverage grade according to PFF in 319 snaps. He allowed a rating of only 84.4 in coverage last year. A very underrated player, this Isaac Yiadom. Has some potential, not bad. He started out the outside corner for the Saints. He can kind of maybe move outside. Maybe you can put, Diamond Lenore in the slot because he's good in the slot. He's good outside, but it brings more competition to the mix. Again, you have some younger guys, Daryl Luter. You have Sam Womack. It's going to give them some competition in cap. Maybe it's going to really push Ambry Thomas and see if he's going to be able to make the roster now. Again, Isaac Yiadom, they signed him to the roster, cornerback from the Saints, 6'1". I like this guy. I think he has some potential. He was a very, very solid cornerback last year in coverage. And again, he was very rangy, a lot of PBUs, and just one of those underrated players that nobody expects to really be good, and he might come out and become a very solid player. You never know. Again, he could be the next Isaiah Oliver. He could be the next K'Wan Williams. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But right now, he has some potential. He played really solid for the Saints last year. So, again, the 49ers went and made a lot of moves. Those were pretty much it. Let's recap. Jon Feliciano comes back on a 1-year deal. They bring back Chris Conley, the veteran wide receiver, on a 1-year deal. They signed linebacker Devondre Campbell on a 1-year deal. They also signed defensive back Chase Lucas, special team defensive back to a 1-year deal. And they also signed Isaac Yiadom, cornerback from the Saints, to the roster. A lot of moves. The 49ers were busy cooking. Let me know what you guys think about all those signings and, busy day. We're going to talk about all this live, but I just wanted to come live and talk about some of these signings. Again, I haven't been here all day, been busy, but I wanted to go out at least and give you the names and a little bit of info for them. We're gonna go live and break down all of this later today. You guys have a good rest of your night. It was a busy Friday.